Hey Busters, welcome back for hot water irrigation experiment number 3. Hi YouTube and welcome back to all my Buster buddies. Hey, it's your big kahuna here and this is Brad's Boredom Busters, your tie-dye art channel. Alright, yes, I am going to do another hot water experiment, number 3 in the series. I thought I'd experiment on doing a spiral and seeing how it works doing a hot water irrigation on it. All right, so the materials you're going to need for this project is a 100% cotton t-shirt, white. Need to pre-wash it first and then soak it in soda ash solution and then put it back in your washer and spin out as much moisture as you can. I've done that. My shirt's ready over here on the table. Other things you're going to need for it to do the spiral is our spiraling tool, some tape to help bind it up, also a binding clip to help that, and then a hemostat to help spiral the shirt. And then after we get it spiraled, you'll need a washable marker to help lay out the dye pattern. And then when we get out to the laundry sink, before we start our hot water irrigation, we're going to want a misting bottle just to settle down the dry dye, to soak that a little bit. Also a piece of cheesecloth to cover up the spiral before we apply the hot water. And that should be everything that you need. All right, so if you got all that, you can follow along. Let's head over to the work table and get this shirt all spiraled up. All right, Busters, so here we are with the shirt. Like I say, mine's all prepared, been pre-washed, soaked in soda ash solutions for 20 minutes, then spun out and slightly damp. I'm not turning it inside out, but I did take it by the underarm seams, shake it out to kind of help flatten it and square it up, and I've done that, so it's all prepared. And the reason I decided to do a spiral, because I figured I'd have enough material to actually show, or actually have enough material so the dye wouldn't spread around and blend too much, because this is a 3X shirt, so once it gets spiraled up, it ought to be a pretty good size to work with. All right, so I'm going to do the spiral. I'm going to select my center just under, actually probably in line with the underarms, because of the size of the shirt. The sleeves are pretty wide, so it puts the center down pretty far on the shirt. So I'm going to pick that spot right about there. All right, and then what we want to do is take a pinch with the hemostat. Make sure you get both the front and the back part of the fabric. Mine's short, so I don't clamp it. I'll just start spiraling. And just take up as much as you can. To help get nice pleats, I always kind of pull the shirt out and pull it around. And the spiraling tool, which is a plastic plate cover with a hole in the center, that helps keep the pleats a uniform height. All right, let's get this spiraled up. Damage the fabric, just slightly unwind it, and then that helps it come right out. All right, so there's our spiral. Looks good. All right, now time for the masking tape to help hold this together. And so you need your binding clip and your masking tape. Use the binding clip because the shirt is slightly damp, and so the adhesive on the tape won't adhere very well. So just start it down here. I usually work on the bottom hem and just grab a piece of the fabric, just one of the pleats, and grab the masking tape. And then that way you can start pulling on it and tightening up the spiral as well. There we go. All right, so what I am going to do different than I normally do, normally I remove the binding clip, but because of the very hot water, it could melt the adhesive on the masking tape, so it could unravel. So I am going to actually bind it to, I'm going to grab both layers of the masking tape because you saw I overlapped, and then grab the shirt again just to kind of help keep it in place after I get the hot water on. So there's our shirt in the spiral. And so what I want to do now is do a layout. So like I said, I'm only going to do 2 colors, but I'm going to put the same color opposing each other, you know, on both areas. So I want to create 4 pie shapes. So we'll run diagonally here and here. And those will be our spiral color locations. Like I say, I'm going to do 2 colors. And I believe I've already decided I'm going to do mist gray and sapphire blue, both Dharma colors. So, all right, so this is done. Let's head out to the laundry sink and I'll get set up out there and we'll see you out in the garage. Okay, Busters, here we're all set up out at our laundry sink. One thing I did forget to mention that you'll need as a tool, just a little spoon to help apply the dye. So, yeah, like I said, the colors we're going to be using today, sapphire blue and mist gray, all Dharma colors. All right, so let's apply the dye. I'll start with the dry dye. Now, time to put on a healthy application of soda ash we need. And now I want to mist that down with some water just to help settle everything in. All right, a little bit of water, just regular water out of a little misting bottle. I say just to help settle the dye in. Okay, so that's that. So now I need to go put the water kettle on the boil. As soon as that's done, I'll be right back out here. We can put our cheesecloth over the project at this point though. All right, this is the piece that I used on the last project. I rinsed it all out, so I'm not too worried about the dye transferring. I don't really think it will. All right, and like the last time, I did miss that just to settle the cheesecloth down into the dye as well. Okay, so let me get the water on the boil and then I'll be right back. All right, Busters, so I've got the kettle here, and I had a subscriber ask on my last video what the temperature of the water was that I use. And my kettle doesn't have a gauge on it, but Google tells me that water boils at 212 degrees. And so this is a very rapid boil when I take it off. So by the time I walk down the hall and get out here, I mean, it's still close to 212, 210 at the minimum. Anyway, so let's apply the water. There is our hot water applied. Let's take a look to see if our dye is dissolved or if I need another application. There's still some undissolved dye, so I think, yeah, I could apply some more waters, but I won't make you sit through that. So after I apply another application of the hot water, it sits for 30 minutes to cool off, and then after the 30 minutes, it can be rinsed out. And so I will do a cold water rinse to get the soda ash solution out, and then turn it up to hot to flush out any dye that hasn't bonded with the fabric as of yet. And so then after it's rinsed out and running fairly clear water in the sink, then it'll go in a hot water wash with detergent and Synthropol, which is a professional textile detergent. And you can get all these chemicals and tools and materials that you see in my videos in my affiliate links. That's in the description below, so help yourself to that. So then after it's washed out and dried, we'll take it back to the workroom and we will do our reveal. So I will see you all at the reveal. Okay, Buster Buddies. So, hey, here's our result. I think this is our best success so far as my hot water experiments go. Yeah, it came out really good. The sapphire blue did not, I think because the spiral is kind of tight on the inside, so the dark blue didn't quite make it all the way into the center, but it's an interesting look. It's got some nice, saturation on the extremities. It's just a little pale in the center, but the mist gray worked out really well all the way into the center. Yeah, I mean, like I say, for my first, a couple tries at doing hot water irrigation, this one is the best success so far. Pretty happy with it. Do have one little issue, and I'll make you aware of it so you don't make the same mistake. Remember I said to leave the little binding clip on the shirt because I was afraid the hot water would melt the adhesive for the masking tape. Well, because I left that on there and the hot water actually, the tape actually almost fused to the shirt, and so it actually blocked blocked the dye from penetrating the shirt in that area. So, but I found that the masking tape did stay on very well around the shirt even after 2 applications of hot water. So do not put the binding clip on, and then you won't end up with these kind of marks. But beyond that, the shirt came out really well. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about it. Hey, if you really like this video, give me a thumbs up. Share my videos around, that helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, yeah, and you've made it to the end of the video, so you must really like my content. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't yet, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content. And don't forget about my affiliate links in the description below if you need any materials. Help yourself there. That helps out my channel as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love all my Buster buddies. Peace out, baby, and go have fun tie-dyeing. For hot water irrigation experiment number 3.